Searching for a line way in every world.
It has been too long. The time has come.
It has been too long. The time has come.
It has been too long.
It has been too long.
The time has come.
The time has come.
It has been too long. The time has
It has
come.
been too long.
It has been
The
too
time
long.
has come.
The time has come.
It has been too
The
long.
time has come.
The time has come.
It has been too
It has been
long.
too long. The time has come.
It has been
Ti has been too long. Ti has come.
Is it me, or did things just get really weird around here?
Oh, shit.
Is it me?
People look like those fucking weird guys are back around here.
Did you say queer?
No. Like those fucking weirdos.
Smoking smokes and drinking queers. It's almost time for Howie at the coffee shop.
It has been too long.
It has been too long. The time has come.
It has been too long. The time has come.
It has been too long. The time has come.
It has been too long. The time has come.
It has been too long.
It has been too long. The time has come.
Are you ready? Why, Howie?
I am ready.
It's almost time for Howie.
Once again, here we go with a Howie topic show. We saying things that you don't want to hear, then we saying things that you might want to hear. But that's Howie at the coffee shop. Where but Howie at the coffee shop. Where but Howie at the coffee shop. Where Howie at the coffee shop. Where Howie.
Welcome to Howie at the Coffee Shop Season 3. I'm Kenny.
I'm Mike. Nobody can't hear myself, motherfucker.
You can hear yourself. Or is that,
Right.
That's your catchphrase. You're like, man, which one's Mike? You know, I can't hear myself.
Right. All right, check this out, people. Get your calendar out right now.
You
And
got your calendar?
Get your calendar. Mark this date. Because look, Howie's actually live right now. We're starting out Season 3, and everything is working. What the fuck? That never happens.
Well, it happens now in Season 3, and the reason is because we have been there and beyond. We've been to the future. We've seen things that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
We found out life is really fucked up in the future. Like, you wouldn't even believe. Like, you think robots and shit like that. What comes after the robots and shit like that? You would hate living in the future. You're not going to like it.
So, man, look, we were talking earlier, and people that's been listening live, you know what I'm talking about. Because, you know, we were sitting here talking, we're like, man, we did a whole show on Chester last week, and we're not even fans. And we're like, fuck, we haven't even talked about George Romero, and we fucking, like, love this guy.
Yeah, and not to say that we don't like and respect Chester Bennington, just not necessarily fans. I mean, there are a handful of Linkin Park songs that I do like, and, you know, I'll choose to listen to whatever the fuck I want to.
Okay.
But typically, yeah, that's not something I'm going to throw on, you know, day to day. But, yeah, but George Romero, like, yeah, dude, that guy was one of my idols, you know?
I would love fucking that, dude. But you got to think, today's people, George Romero died, Chester died. Everybody's talking about Chester and George Romero, you know, it's like the underground. We're talking about him, you know. So, of course, if you had to pick a story, you had to go with Chester because that's what people wanted to hear.
Yeah, and I mean, people aren't even going to hear that yet because, I mean, that was in the past but recorded in the future.
Right.
We were trying to keep current. Our internet connection wasn't very good, and it turns out you can't travel through time without an internet connection.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later, but yeah, the fucking future sucks. But anyway, man, so George Romero was, you know, for those who don't know, you know, fucking I am a filmmaker from time to time, and George Romero is one of the big reasons why I wanted to do something like that. He's one of the reasons why I wanted to tell stories. I mean, not only was he a good filmmaker, but he was a storyteller, you know, and his movies about zombies weren't just about zombies. They were about the people going through this situation. And if you've never seen those movies, because I know a lot of you out there watch The Walking Dead, and you probably watch it, you know, more than you watch any other show. You know, that's probably like, for some of you, that's probably the one show that you watch when it's actually on TV at that moment.
Right.
But where that came from, I mean, The Walking Dead is really just a big homage to George Romero, because everything that happens in The Walking Dead is straight from George Romero's movies. So, you know, George Romero, he was a film student, you know, and he would shoot stuff from time to time. He shot some of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, actually.
Yeah.
He worked on that for, you know, a couple episodes or something like that. And, you know, they shot commercials primarily. And so all their money they could get together, they put into this movie called Night of the Living Dead. This was 1968, and it was the most horrifying movie really ever made. You know, the 60s had two outstanding horror films come from it that are still iconic to this day: Psycho and Night of the Living Dead.
Right.
And I mean, Halloween came out 10 years after that.
Yeah.
And Night of the Living Dead, up until that point, was the most successful independent film ever made. But the thing about Night of the Living Dead is the paperwork wasn't done properly. So Night of the Living Dead is out in public domain. That's why you can go to any Dollar Tree or Dollar whatever the fuck you have in your neighborhood, and you can probably buy Night of the Living Dead, you know, in that big bunch of DVDs they have there for $1.
Yeah, but it's one of the shitty made ones, you know, that somebody made years later. And
yeah, there's really good pristine copies out there and stuff like that. But you know, George Romero never made very much money on that movie because it was public domain, meaning no one owns the rights, meaning you can go stream that on YouTube right now, and it's okay. You can go to archive.org and watch Night of the Living Dead, you know?
Yeah.
Type in Night of the Living Dead streaming. That's probably the most results you'll get in any movie you type that in, you know what I mean? Which, I mean, it really sucks because that movie could have made George Romero a billionaire.
Yeah, and it should have, man. Really.
Yeah, it really should have.
If I'm going to watch fucking zombies, well, look, this is for you new schoolers out there that watch Walking Dead, you know?
I mean, not to say Walking Dead's not badass. I mean, it's great.
But it's not Night of the Living Dead. You want to really see when zombies were cool back in the day? Go watch fucking Night of the Living Dead, the black and white one.
Well, yeah, I mean, watch all of George Romero's movies, and you know, not just his Living Dead movies. Which let's go through those real quick. So you got Night of the Living Dead, and that was the beginning of zombies.
Yeah.
Before that, any sort of zombie like thing you would see was always someone who was brainwashed or was under some sort of mind control. But these were the Living Dead, you know, for the first time. And, I mean, that's why it's called Night of the Living Dead. And George Romero hated calling them zombies. He called them ghouls.
Yeah.
Which, you know, it's like, I mean, it's a dead body walking around.
Right.
Ghoul sounds pretty good to me. So, and the Living Dead series is all a continuing story. So it starts with Night of the Living Dead, and then you have Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, right.
So, Dawn of the Dead is one of the, I mean, it's probably the seminal zombie movie. Right, I mean, there's not anything greater than that movie.
Right,
and
watch you got to watch the original.
The remake really blows.
Yeah, don't go watch it.
Yeah, so, but that movie, I mean, not just for zombies, but movies in general, that is a powerful movie.
Right, it really is.
Yeah, all of his films are deep studies of humanity, and you really don't see it portrayed better, and it still holds up. You know, the things that people feel and go through have always been the same. You know what I mean? So yeah, that movie is really powerful, and you can like that movie even if you don't like blood and gore. Which there's some crazy fucking gory shit that happens in his movies.
Yeah,
like I mean, it's not uncommon to see a group of zombies around some dude. You know, everybody's just sharing his guts and shit like that. Sometimes he's still alive for the first couple minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, man, because I've been wanting to go back and fucking watch Night of the Living Dead and Dawn.
Yeah, and those are great films, and then when you get to Day of the Dead, so I mean, if you haven't figured out the pattern yet, you know it's night, dawn, day so far.
Yeah.
So Day of the Dead. So like I said, it's all a continuing story. So in Night of the Living Dead, the shit starts happening right then. You know what I mean? This is the beginning. So then when you get to Dawn of the Dead, it's been going on a couple weeks now, and shit's really out of control. Maybe a couple months, you know, it's not really clear, but it's just starting to be like, okay, we have to all run and hide somewhere.
Yeah.
And then Day of the Dead, you know, the government's long gone, and, you know, anyone who survived, they're in some really special place, you know?
Yeah.
And in Day of the Dead, it's people in a little army bunker, you know, and they're like underground and shit like that. And, you know, they have a nice, you know, little fenced in area, and they stay underground so they don't make a lot of noise to draw attention from the zombies and shit like that. But there's like, I want to say like 9 people, if even that, living in here. And it's like one woman, a bunch of soldiers,
right?
You know, a crazy doctor who's trying to figure out, you know, how to stop it and reverse it and all that. And of course he's doing all sorts of crazy experiments, but that, like his experiments and his theories and everything, like it's just amazing. Like how far you can get into the myth and the lore of zombies watching these George Romero movies is crazy. And it really makes you think. And so after Day of the Dead, then years and years go by. So I want to say Day of the Dead was, I want to say 1985.
Yeah, it was really early in the 80s.
Yeah, so after that, next thing you get is Land of the Dead.
Right, fucking some years later.
Yeah, I want to say Land of the Dead was, man, I want to say it was 2007. I believe that's when it came out, yeah. But yeah, I remember it was a big date night, you know, real excited when that movie came out, you know. And it was, it came out Valentine's Day weekend. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it was, I believe that came out February 15th, 2007, I want to say. No, not 2007. Was it 2007? Yeah, maybe it's 2007. Who the fuck knows? Anyhow, so when that movie came out, that was amazing. So this is like, you know, a good 20 years in the future, you know, like the zombie thing happened, and whoever survived has kind of gotten together, at least in this area, and formed this little colony off on like an island. I want to say it was like, was it like Manhattan or something like that?
I can't remember now. It's been a long time, really.
Yeah, or maybe it was off of Pennsylvania somewhere, you know, because George Romero was from Pittsburgh, and Night of the Living Dead takes place in Pennsylvania. And so you know, there the Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead takes place in Pennsylvania as well. It was shot there. It was shot in the. It was shot in the mall there. I can't remember the name of the mall at the moment, but anyhow. But yeah, in Land of the Dead, so it's you know, it's in the future. So there's like this little colony of people, and they all kind of live on this island, and you know, there's a good fence around the island and shit like that. It's well secured. You know, it's real corrupt and a place that you would not want to live, but you're safe. And you know, everybody's got food for the most part and everything you need, but there's people who go out and they go, you know, scrounge for stuff and find it like they do on The Walking Dead when they need supplies, you know. So in that one, you know, the zombies, you know, of course everything has to evolve in some way, and in that one the zombies do evolve to an extent, and kind of the zombie that leads the zombies to, you know, figure out how to go get these people. Is the dude that we met at Spooky that, you know, he was a fun character there, that guy. But anyhow, so then after that, some years later comes one of my favorite movies ever made, which was Diary of the Dead. Did you like Diary of the Dead?
Yeah, actually I did like that one.
Yeah, and Diary of the Dead, see, this timeline of the Living Dead movies, it doesn't really state when everything happens, because it's not like, you know, so between, let's say the first 3 movies, you know, you got like maybe like 15, 20 years that goes by till you get to Land of the Dead. Yeah. And so, you know, so it's kind of like the movies take place in current time, but Diary of the Dead takes place the same night as Night of the Living Dead. except it's nowadays, and they have cameras and shit like that. And so it's like a found footage sort of movie, but it's the only found footage sort of movie that I actually really love, because that's an awesome movie, and it's well done. You know, it's not like too shaky and all that stuff.
Yeah, some of those, man, when you get them real shaky and everything, it drives me fucking nuts.
The way that movie ends, because I mean, you know, the world's being overrun by zombies, so of course every movie pretty much ends with, oh, we're fucked.
Right.
But the way Diary of the Dead ends, originally George Romero was going to make the next sequel starting from that moment with the same characters. But it got changed up a little bit, you know, and ended up being two of the fuckers that went off in a boat and ended up somewhere else, and that was Survival of the Dead. Which, that one is the only one that I don't really like that much. I need to see it again, though.
Man, if it's the one I'm thinking of, I didn't really care for it. Who played in it?
I don't remember. They're riding horses and shit.
See, I think it's that one, because there was one, I'm like, man, I'm not really digging this, you know?
Yeah, so basically the setup of that is these people ended up on this other little island where these people have their thing going on, but they're all like cowboys and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't dig that whole thing, and I really wish he would have gone with the other sequel he talked about. And you know, there was always a chance for another one. I always hoped for one more, just because the last one was a tiny letdown for me. But I mean, it doesn't take anything away from the movies that came before it. I just didn't like that one as much.
Yeah, but that fucking happens all the time nowadays, you know?
Oh, it does. You can't expect anybody to be perfect, you know?
Yeah. I'm always like, man, I fucking loved other movies, but this one.
Yeah.
It's like totally different, but man, I fucking love all the Halloween movies, but motherfucker did not show me part 3.
Right, yeah.
You know? I might like that movie if it wasn't called Halloween.
Yeah.
If it was called fucking Scary Mask fucking takes over your face or whatever, you know?
Yeah, because for people who aren't horror movie buffs like us and don't know that movie, that's the Halloween movie that doesn't have Michael Myers in it, and instead you get this weird mask that melts on your face and takes over your mind or some shit.
Right. I mean, yeah, if that was called anything else, I might actually like that. But when I watch it, I'm still going, fuck, man, Halloween 3 sucks. You know, I can't get that out of my mindset because it's called Halloween.
Right.
Like I said, you call it fucking mask eat your fucking skull and shit. You know, I'm watching it.
Yeah. See, we should start a band and like we just record an album that's all songs about that movie.
Right.
Mask eat my fucking face. And one song is called Where is Michael?
Right.
It's like real crazy, like spooky 80s metal.
So, man, I really need to see somebody make a remake part 3, but put Michael in this one, you know?
Well, in the original remakes, they didn't get to part 3.
I know, so I'm hoping, like, from at least the Rob Zombies or something, we can get one more.
Well, so John Carpenter is producing a Halloween reboot, you know? Like,
yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to be like a straight remake where we're going to have the opening scene where he kills his sister and all that kind of stuff again. But, you know, it's Halloween starting fresh, and John Carpenter, the creator of Michael Myers and the Halloween franchise, is, you know, the guy behind it. He's not writing, but he's producing. So,
right, so
you know,
it's still going to be fucking good.
Yeah, and if you don't know how the movie business works, the producer's the fucking boss.
Right, because if you bring this in and he's like, no, I don't like this here, let's do this and this, you know, he'll make it the way he wants it to be.
Yeah, so, and, you know, a lot of people heard the stories about what happened when Rob Zombie was making his Halloween movie. And when he was doing that, you know, there was a lot of reshoots and stuff like that. And so there was that leaked copy, or the leaked version of, it's basically Rob Zombie's original director's cut.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's out there. You can still download it or stream it on some of those shady places, I suppose. But, you know, there was some special edition that was released, and that was basically a morph between the theatrical cut and Rob Zombie's original director's cut.
Yeah, man, I gotta think, the fucking Blu-ray I got's got 2 versions on it.
Yeah, so the other one is the morph between the two. And have you ever seen the original director's cut?
Yeah, because I'm sure I watched it fucking somewhere as soon as it was up.
Yeah, because it was released, like, I want to say like 2-3 months before the movie came out in theaters, you know?
Yeah.
So everybody watched it, but everybody knew this wasn't the version of the movie that was going to come out, you know?
Yeah.
Because, it was weird too. Like I don't really like Rob Zombie's Halloween. I've said this before. I kind of like the beginning part that's different, and then when it gets to the rest of the movie, it's like I've already seen this, and John Carpenter did it way better.
Well, the parts I do like are Rob. I do like the beginning, but then I like some of the parts, man, in the mental hospital when he was a kid and shit, and showed him getting darker and darker,
Yeah.
Because at first, he's wearing like an orange mask that he made out of paper. Like 2 weeks later, man, he's fucking wearing a mask all black and shit.
Yeah.
Remember when his mom's like, "What's going on with you?"
Yeah, that shit was really cool. Like, that's the stuff I like.
Yeah, those parts of the movie I fucking loved because I'm like, yeah, because we'd never seen this before, so I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it would have been really badass if Rob Zombie had kind of twisted on everybody and they thought they were going to get like a Halloween remake, but what you really got was just a prequel where the end of the movie is where he kills his sister.
Yeah.
That would have been cool as fuck, man, because you see him... Because you think when you watch the movie, oh, he killed his sister as the first person he ever killed, but it's like it'd be cool to see him kill like 3 or 4 other people before he finally does her. And
yeah, he's like this little weird kid, huh? He's like, "Hey, come here, man. Let's go over here in the woods. I want to show you something."
Yeah, it's my penis.
And then guys like that, man. Talking about movies like that, I want to see that new fucking Dahmer movie. I mean, that's
Jeffrey Dahmer movie.
Yeah, that's a big deal, man. I mean, there's a lot of money behind that one and shit.
Yeah, we should ask Daniel Dahmer if we could get free tickets.
Right, motherfucker. He should at least buy us tickets for that, huh?
Yeah, buy his tickets, Daniel Dahmer.
Right. Man, because what is the name of that? It's like
the Dahmer movie, or
yeah,
I have no idea.
It's like My Life with Dahmer or.
Yeah, I don't know. You told me before. I can't remember what it's called though, but it seems like something like that. My Life with Dahmer sounds like it's going to be on A&E or something like that.
Right. Oh man.
But yeah, man. But George Romero, outside of the Living Dead movies, that's kind of my review on them. I feel that they're all badass. I mean, Land of the Dead is a great movie, but it's not like that badass,
right.
But his first 3 zombie movies are some of the greatest things ever written and then put to film. And Land of the Dead's great. Diary of the Dead is an amazing movie. And Survival of the Dead, some people really like it. It wasn't really for me.
Right.
Like I said, I'm gonna watch it again. I'll tell you if I'm an asshole and just stupid for saying that. But outside of those movies, he did a Creep Show with Stephen King, and the first 2 movies. And those, I think, are amazing and huge, like, fucking pedestal points in the horror genre.
All right, man, I'm sitting here reading about this Dahmer movie. It's My Friend Dahmer.
My Friend Dahmer, so it's one of his friends?
Yeah, it's like the story from his friend.
So, that's weird.
So it might actually be a lot cooler story than we've ever heard before, too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. Is it based on like a book or like actual testaments or anything?
It's supposed to be, but yeah, who knows, man? It took this dude, fucking all these years.
Well, that would fuck you up, man, if you found out your best friend was a serial killer,
Right?
It's like you're the sickest bastard I ever heard of. You did what?
Right, wouldn't that just be crazy?
It's like, fuck, man, we used to play pool every Thursday.
Right, man. Fuck. I used to pass out on your couch, man. What the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, I know somebody who was close with somebody who did some crazy shit, once. And, I've never talked to him about how it affected him or anything like that,
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's one of those things you just kind of don't talk about it.
Right.
I guess, I don't know. Hopefully none of you motherfuckers are serial killers. That'd fuck me up.
Right.
Yeah. So the Creepshow movies are great, and visually, I mean, there's moments from that movie I'd like to just I want to take this frame and print that and put that on my wall because that's beautiful, and it's crazy creepy stuff, and it's like the whole movie's done like a comic book. Creepshow is supposed to be like a little Tales from the Crypt sort of like comic book, and you have like, was it 3 stories or 4?
3 or 4. It seemed like it might have been 4 though. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, and they kind of bleed together in my mind, you know. I
think it's 4 though.
Yeah, which one has the crazy crate? Is that the first one or the second one? You remember what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I can't even remember what's in that crate, man. It's been so long.
I know, and I can't remember, but I think that's the second one.
I think that is the second one. And the second one has Stephen King, or no, the first one has Stephen King, right, playing the great role of the redneck guy.
Yeah.
Well, he was more of a hillbilly than a redneck.
Right.
Yeah. If you don't know the difference, just ask. We'll explain it.
Oh, I love the part though, man, where they fucking buried the dude up to his head, you know?
Yeah, that's the second one, right?
Yeah, but I do like that fucking scene, man.
Oh, I used to hate that when I was a kid watching that because, I mean, basically what happens is it's like takes them to the beach, buries their entire body, you know, straight up and down vertically. And so just, you know, a little bit of none of the neck was even hanging out. It was right up to the chin. Yeah. And then, you know, the fucking tide starts coming in and shit. So slowly this motherfucker's going to drown. You know, it's going to get to the point where, you know, he, by the time he spits out the water, his mouth is already full again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would be the worst death. Watching it as a kid, it just used to make me mad. I was crazy for that, man. It was like, oh my God, what would I do in that situation?
Oh, I know, man. I think that's why I love that fucking scene so much because,
yeah,
man, up to that point, man, that was fucking kind of nuts.
Yeah,
for movies, you know.
Yeah, and well, it's still today. It's
right.
Yeah,
it's still twisted, man.
Especially for like crazy out there shit. Crazy out there shit has really never been done better than it was done in Creepshow. You know what I mean? Because it's shit like that would come from a comic book, but it's from the minds of Stephen King and George Romero. So it's fucking insanely good and scary.
Yeah. Which one? And what was the part with the Indian? Remember, it was like a fucking statue or something.
Oh yeah, I don't remember. Damn, I don't remember. That was really cool though. Yeah. I remember how that ends now though.
You know, fuck, I need to watch those movies, man. It's been a while now.
Yeah, everybody should watch those movies. I'm gonna watch those soon. Like, you know. Hold on. We got a phone call on the back line here, I guess you'd call it. Fucking send those assholes to VM, you know what I'm saying, Doug?
Yeah, I gotta sit down, man, one night and watch both of those fucking back to back.
Yeah, know? And then I want to say there was 2 kind of B-movie sequels they made of Creepshow.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah, I know there was definitely a third one that I never saw.
Man, let me see if I can bring it up.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure those are probably good for what they are, but they're probably Creepshow imitations, because Creepshow is something that could only come from George Romero and Stephen King together. Because, like I said, there's nothing like those 2 movies. And George Romero also did a movie called Monkey Shines. And this movie was about a paralyzed guy who has a fucking pet monkey, and the monkey like helps him out and does shit for him, you know, like bring me a soda, monkey. And then the monkey turns all sadistic and crazy and starts like torturing this guy and trying to kill him and shit. So okay, let's see, who the fuck is this calling the back line for the second time? Aren't you supposed to call Howie if you want to be on the fucking phone? Who is this?
I did, man.
You called
the back line.
Yeah, I know you called
busy.
I know you called the back line, but why didn't you call the front line? The phone lines are open. No, I didn't want to say that yet because we were hoping you were going to call in.
Hey, man, I got this for us.
I did call.
I got it up.
Oh, yeah, 3?
You called 413-38 Howie?
I did, man. I called a couple times. It went straight to voicemail. I thought the line was so busy, I called straight to the point.
It went straight to voicemail. The phone lines are supposed to be open.
I think we need to talk about something different.
No, I've got. What is that?
This is Creepshow 3 trailer.
Oh. Okay, yeah, you play that real quick, and I'm gonna call Dusty Rhodes here
because it's like, man, let's see, because I don't remember seeing this.
So this was like a basically we have the rights to it, so we're gonna make this movie, and yeah, I assume it's not very good, you know.
Let's see.
Well,
I love the fucking music for that movie, though.
Yeah, they use the score. The score is great. So, I mean, like I said, it looks like a decent watch, but I don't think it's going to be really Creepshow.
No, it's kind of fucking cheesy from what I'm seeing, though.
Is it? Well, I just looked over and what I see is crazy. Why is it daylight? And why am I seeing out into the fucking cul-de-sac through the curtains? That's not Creepshow. Creepshow's supposed to be late at night. It's fucking blue and red outside, and the fucking old man comes out of his grave asking for his fucking cake, you know?
Right.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit we're supposed to see. So, hey, Dustin?
Yeah.
Hey, where the fuck you been?
Oh, man. I've been in Jeffersonville, Indiana.
Why were you in Jeffersonville, Indiana?
Oh, man. I've been the cameraman for Live TV.
You were the cameraman for Live PD?
Yeah.
So, but okay. Well, see, we thought you were going to be in the coffee shop tonight, and I talked to your wife, and she was like, yeah, he's packed. He's ready to go out of town. And you went to Jefferson, Indiana?
Yeah, Jeffersonville, yeah.
Jeffersonville.
Yeah, man, because they do, if anybody listening to the show ain't watching Live PD right now, yeah, man, they have the police department out there, too, that they video record for the show.
And you got a job as a cameraman out there?
Huh?
And you got a job as a cameraman out there?
Yep.
Was this like a one-time thing, or are you moving to Jeffersonville?
No, yeah, I do it from time to time.
So you're going to live partly in Melbourne, Florida, and partly in Jeffersonville, Indiana?
Yeah, hillbilly town.
Well,
yeah, man.
I'll only go up there for, a week at a time to record the show.
Are you walking?
But it's on the weekends.
So you're gonna leave your life every weekend to go be a cameraman on Live PD? Like, you could be shot in the head. You know that? Do they give you any kind of
every other week?
Every other week. So, like,
that's my schedule.
Okay, so
all right, I'm glad Dustin's here because I won't piss for a minute because I know everybody wanted to know out there live.
Yeah, shaking your headphones around on a microphone.
Right.
It sounds cool, man. It's like Make-A-Wish in our fountain over here. All right, man. So, what is that noise, man? Is that the helicopters from Live PD?
Yeah.
Do they have?
Yeah, I'm at the set right now.
What do you mean at the set? It's real life, right?
Well, I mean, I'm like the headquarters area.
Okay, so
the headquarters. There's a headquarters in New York, but we have like a set outside of the station too. I'm not on duty right now.
So you're trying to tell me that HQ2 for Live PD is Jeffersonville, Indiana? Man, I know this one guy.
No, listen, every station has like their own little set area. Like,
oh, I got it. So these are for the pussies with the cameras. This is where they sit. That's where you are.
No, man. Well, I mean, I came out here because we got donuts and stuff out here too.
Oh, you get donuts, or are you just eating the cops' donuts?
No, I mean they're for everyone.
Eating them cops' nuts.
Well, so what happens if you eat the last donut? Do the cops get mad?
Well, I only eat 2.
You only eat 2 donuts? What if you get there late and you eat the last 2 donuts? They gonna kick your ass?
No, I'm always the first one because I help unload the truck.
Oh, you're trying to move up in the world, huh? You're trying to be Mr. Live PD, like you want to be the guy on the streets in New York or Los Angeles, right? Running after crazy people with guns.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be getting into it, man. You're gonna be screaming, "Get the fuck down!"
I have been known to yell "freeze" a couple times.
Man, don't do that. You get shot. I once knew a guy who said "freeze." Man, he died that way.
You're cold.
That just sounds like a bad joke.
Well, you'd understand if you were there. Yeah, luckily. So how long have you been doing this? Because I can't tell you the last time I've seen you. How long have you been spending your weekends in Jeffersonville? Well, I mean, I've seen you, but I've only seen you in the future. I haven't seen you recently.
Yeah, that's where one. Yeah, man, I've been doing it for about 2 months.
No shit. So, like, what's the craziest shit that's happened so far in Jeffersonville? And like, the
craziest?
Well, hold on. First, does the good shit actually go on TV, or is there shit that's too hot for live PD? Because how long is the delay? That I'm curious about too. Do you know that?
Oh, it's only 10 seconds. Yeah, they just get the cuss words and that's it.
Really? So 10-second delay. So you guys could shoot somebody and then, because that'd be crazy. You see the cop pull his gun. I said freeze, mother beep. And then the guy keeps running, and then it's like, okay, all of a sudden we're in Alaska.
Right.
No, there has been shootouts.
Well, so I heard that there was a family that sued because they found out that a loved one died on TV before they were told in person.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, I mean,
that's happened, yeah.
So what's like the rules and regulations there? Are you not allowed to, do you have to like cut if people start shooting so that you don't get somebody dying on TV?
No, is this how it is? All right, say I turn on the TV, say I'm in a black neighborhood, okay, and I go, wow, hey man, my son's on TV, go get the neighbors.
Why is it gotta be a black neighborhood? You sound like you're in fucking the trailer park. Right. I mean, that sounds like some trailer park shit to me.
You know, I could see that happening, though.
I think if you're in a black neighborhood, you'd be like, that's my motherfucking son on TV. I'm about to go beat the police ass. Because that's what happens in the black neighborhood. They don't.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, why are you fucking with him? But, all right, so what's the craziest shit? Well, okay, do you have to cut if people start shooting? Like, if somebody's about to die, like, is it like HQ cuts to somewhere else?
I never stop. So whatever they decide to do, that's up to them.
Well, I mean, so do you like DVR it
I'm
and
just
go?
a cameraman, yeah.
Do you like DVR it and go back to your hotel or whatever? Do you have like an apartment you're staying in Jeffersonville?
No, we have an extended stay.
Do you have DVR?
No.
Are you allowed to watch the show that you shoot?
I mean, if I probably could watch it, yeah, but I don't want to watch it.
So
I just lived it, man. I just saw it right there.
Right.
I mean, I know you loved the show when it first started and shit, man. And so, like, now you live it. You don't give a fuck anymore, huh?
Well, I mean, you know, I don't have to watch it.
Do you work with the same officers every time you go out, or do you switch it up?
There's like 2 to 3 of them that I'll vary between the 2, 3.
So you don't get too close and buddy with one of them, huh? You're not like riding with him every other Saturday night.
Oh no, man! Yeah, there's like I just said, there's 2 to 3 of them, and I've been doing it for 2 months. So
hey, man, why did you make that sound so gay? There, when you're buddy with, you're riding with every Saturday.
Well, man, I wasn't trying to make it sound homosexual.
But that's how it sounded.
I mean, he's not riding around with a priest or anything.
It reminds me, man, I watched Detroit Rock City the other night. I love that part with the priest. Fucking,
I don't remember the priest.
The priest part. You remember?
No, I don't remember it.
When they're hanging around Detroit, you know, his mom takes him into that church.
Nah, dude, I probably saw that movie 15 years ago.
Me too, until the other night.
Yeah.
I got to watch it. But the priest is like, fuck this. This is boring, man. You don't have nothing good to tell me. Like, you know, you walked in on some naked chick or something, you know?
Right.
So then that girl shows up and they fuck in the confessional booth.
See, I don't remember any of that.
I'm like, fuck.
So Dustin, are you getting buddy with any of these cops?
I mean, yeah, like I'm friends with them.
Like, are you friends on Facebook? Like, is it that serious?
No, I mean we went and got beers after work and things like that sometimes.
Oh, so you call it work? Like, you know, like fuck, Tom, we had a hard day at work tonight, huh? Like You're out there.
Just another day.
Do you have to wear like a safety vest and all that kind of stuff?
I do have a vest, but that's it.
So you don't have like a helmet?
No.
See, man,
Got a helmet and it's just got a GoPro on it. And that's all it is.
run, motherfucker, run. That would be cool. Yeah, the director screaming in your ear, look this way, look that way.
Right.
But yeah, man, like, you know, you might need some face protection.
Man, it's been cut off and everything else enough. So
Yeah, what do they call you, like Scarface or something like that? You walk in the bathroom.
Nobody really notices, man. I got a camera in my face, you know.
Well, what about when you guys are going out to go drink
beer.
beers and shit?
It's dark in there, man.
So then they're like, how'd you get that fucking scar? And you don't tell them the story like, well, man, see, I used to be a police officer.
Right.
Shit got too crazy. Like,
No, I just go straight to the bar fight story.
all right, if they start asking about your face, don't tell them about us. Is there footage of you like sitting in the police car just shooting the shit with the cop about like what kind of donuts and what kind of porn you like and stuff like that?
No, when we're like, when he's on duty, the only thing we talk about is whatever's fed into my ear that I need to repeat to him.
So
or her.
wait, you have to repeat stuff?
You know, just for the fact that it's like, okay, can you give the audience like a update on the situation of what went down, you know?
Okay.
And then they'll stop and just be like, okay, so I pulled this guy over for a traffic light and he had so much heroin and now he's going to jail for the evening and blah, blah, blah.
So Dustin's a repeater. Man, that's worse than being a fucking tracer. That whole movie just came to my mind. I had to go with it, you know.
So you were just so basically you're Peter. So I don't know. Mike lost me. He got me a tracer.
Right.
Your mother's a tracer. So Dustin.
Yeah.
So you like basically do like on the fly like little interviews with the police that, you know, just have them kind of recap shit and stuff like that then, right?
No, it's not an interview at all.
Well, just kind of like, hey, tell us what's going on. That's all you say?
Yep.
Like, is that all you're allowed to say? Is it like, are you allowed to talk to the people? like they put the guy in the back of the car and, you know, they're just filling out paperwork for 20 minutes and you know that you're not live at the moment. You ever look over at the guy and be like, man, that was stupid what you did.
Yeah, can I interview
No.
you?
Be like, yeah,
No,
man.
I mean, I'm really supposed to be invisible. You know, like I don't say or talk, do anything but stand there and tape.
So
And tape.
and tape.
I'm a fucking taper and a repeater.
So you tape it and then you send it into the studio.
Nope, it's live, man. I don't have to send it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, taper. But okay, so like you couldn't be like, all right, man. So on the side, I'm making this documentary about stupid motherfuckers getting locked up. You can't like interview them while they're sitting in a police car.
Yeah.
Man, I never know when my camera's on TV.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
So I shoot.
Yeah, I know that, but you have your own camera. You know, it's like, fuck, man, I'm turning my camera off.
Right.
These motherfuckers just filling out paperwork. Nobody needs to know nothing over here. If they want me, they'll say
I
something.
can't turn my camera off. You never know when I'm on TV.
Do they have any sort of like alert if you do turn your camera off? Like, oh, we can't go to camera, 2B because he's fucked up.
He's taking a shit
Yeah.
right now, so he had to shut it down.
He went and snuck all the fucking contraband out of the police trunk and fucking started smoking it. Now he's fucking laying in the grass shooting the stars talking about how pretty is this. Fucker, we just cut to you live. That's what we got.
Right? No shit, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Fuck, man, I would watch Live PD nonstop. Yeah, man, next time you're on, can you just kind of like act like you fall or something and get a selfie and just throw up a peace sign and be like, Howie.
Oh, that's funny.
I'll see what I can do.
Right. So, like, who's your best cop friend? Like, who's the guy that when you go get beers with, like, you know, maybe he tells you about his wife and, you know, all the things that he's going through and how hard the job is on him mentally, you know? Like, you got one of those guys yet?
I mean, that's work. You know, that's between us. Between me and the employees, man.
Between you and the
I'm not
employee.
comfortable talking about that.
Now he sounds like he's the boss, huh?
I know, man. He walks around and he tells the police, hey, motherfucker, tell us what happened here. Man, you can get fired. Dude, we're going to hashtag this episode live PD. They're going to be like,
right.
Man, that's fucking 2B, man. He's fired. Invisible my ass on blabbing about eating donuts.
Right.
Motherfucker knows he ate the last one, too, the other day. But, so, when, like, what's the craziest thing that's happened? Like, has shit really gone down yet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've been on a lot of chases. You know, people run all the time.
Anybody pull a gun yet?
We've had a few people that's had them on it. I haven't had a gun pulled.
Like, you haven't unstrapped your piece?
No, I don't get one, man.
Can you carry your own if you have the proper permits? Can you show up on set with your gun?
Probably not.
You got a big ass belt on like you're a police officer and shit.
Right.
No,
You're like,
I definitely can't do that. Yeah.
You're like the camera.
No matter what.
Got tired of running, so he shot him.
Man, I can't keep up with this motherfucker.
Right.
That'd be the best episode. You just see first person, the gun come up.
All right.
That'd be great.
We're kind of like the scene how Boys in the Hood starts, you know, where Easy's having to kick the shit out and run.
You mean Straight Outta Compton? You said Boys in the Hood.
Yeah. Right.
Different song, different movies.
Still my Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
It's all from one thing. But yeah, you know, like I'm talking about, that'd be crazy to really be trying to chase that motherfucker.
Yeah, especially with a camera on.
Right. Because it eases up on the house and shit, you know. And
yeah. Do you have to meet like any sort of like physical requirements? Like, did you have to pass an examination or anything like that to be a live PD cameraman?
Oh yeah. You have to go through a small course, small police academy course. You know, just because I have to know. Like, I have to be able to read and feel what they're going to do in case of an actual emergency or whatever. And, of course, I don't know everything. And my course wasn't nearly as much training as theirs. So, you know, whenever they say stay back, you know, there's been times where they went on chase jumping fences and told me to stay back because the guy was armed. You know, they didn't know that he was armed. So,
yeah.
You know, I didn't even get to go on that chase.
Are you allowed to jump fences?
Oh man, I'm supposed to. Yeah, I have to.
Yeah. So
if we're on a chase, man, yeah, I got to run with them.
When you were doing your course, did you have to do the thing that you do when you play football, where you got to run through the tires, but you got like a 10-pound camera on your shoulder and shit like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Climbing the rope, you know, holding the camera and shit, you know. That would suck, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Did you have to climb the rope with the camera?
No, I didn't have to climb a rope.
Did you have to jump shit like the horses do so you'd be able to jump the fence?
Oh, there was chain link fences that I had to run and jump over, yeah.
Yeah, no like big giant privacy fences or anything like that? Nothing industrial size?
But not industrial size.
So you're trained on going over a 4-foot
right
little fucking piece of shit fence?
No, it was 6 foot. I think 6 foot was the highest.
Man, my dog can jump that shit, man, with a camera on her back. Right. Man,
what?
I want to see you fucking climbing up on the rope and shit. Get a grappling gun like Batman. Put that on your big-ass cop belt. So you got your gun and your grappling gun, and then you put your like cameraman ID right there where a cop would have his badge or whatever.
Dustin.
They're coming in dressed like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, Dustin, cameraman 2B. You start talking shit to somebody, be like, I'm going to take down your badge. And I'm going to be like, motherfucker, you ain't got no badge. Why the fuck you talking to me? Next thing you know, Dustin goes to some flea market and buys the little fucking blue light he puts up on the top of his car like it's the 1950s.
Right.
Pulls somebody over. He's just poking his head out the window going, woo, woo.
With a camera on his arm.
Excuse me, you know what the fuck you did? You're on live PD, bitch. Like, man, it's fucking Tuesday. That shit ain't on.
Right.
Holy
Is that
shit.
a train?
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys in the
Here
ghetto?
in Jeffersonville, man. Yeah, the trains come all the time.
Oh, it's the Jeffersonville.
They come, yeah, but they definitely come here because they bring our supplies.
Bring your supplies, eh? So, wait, you get your supplies by train?
Gotta throw them out.
You do a live television show that's broadcast all across the world, and you fucking get your supplies by choo-choo train?
Right.
By a choo-choo train?
Yeah.
Choo-choo train.
Ain't there like
It just went choo-choo, motherfucker. I
right?
heard it.
Ain't there a drone that can get you shit in like 30 minutes?
Fuck, man, you can get on Amazon. And
Right. Be like, man.
We ordered these ahead of time. Yeah.
Be like, man, we're going to ship that by train, sir.
These are just new cables and stuff that we would need.
Be like, I need you to overnight this to Jeffersonville, Indiana. Be like, oh, sir, there's no overnight there.
Right. This shit's got to go by train.
Yeah.
And that shit's coming from like way down part of fucking California by Mexico and shit. So it's going to take like 4 weeks.
Yeah. Go on the country, go on.
It'd be like, oh man, dude, sorry. You know, when I sold you that on eBay, I thought you'd have it in a week. I didn't know I had to go train mail.
So yeah, man, Jeffersonville sound. So what's Jeffersonville like? Is it like the Andy Griffith Show type of shit?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of heroin addicts here too.
I mean, there wasn't heroin addicts on the Andy Griffith Show.
No, I'm just saying here in Jefferson.
At first, I thought he said there's a lot of hair going on here.
Yeah. You're digging through the bush looking for the wet spot.
Right.
Thanks, Pete.
Thanks, Pete.
Yeah.
He's looking for the brown spot.
No, Pete. Pete.
Yeah. Pete. We heard you right.
Well, what did you say?
Pete?
Yeah, we said you were looking for the brown spot, and then you said, thanks, Pete.
Yeah, he threw the cords and stuff we needed off the train.
Oh, Pete's that guy. You sound like you stuck your Peter in Pete. Pete and Pete.
Right? He'd be like, come here, man. Bend over and repeat me.
Yeah. Man, did the train stop? Are you still unloading? Or are you, what are you doing, man? It sounds like you just dropped a 10-gallon drum.
No.
Okay.
I was, I mean, I'm moving the equipment here. Yeah.
Yeah. So did the train stop, or did Pete just throw that shit at you?
No, yeah, he just throws them off there.
They don't stop. Like, it's just, bitch.
Yeah.
Here comes your train mail. You know, and it's like the crazy guy from, fuck that Chevy Chase movie. You know what I'm talking about, when he moves out to the country, the mailman and runs over his mailbox and almost runs over him and just throws his mail.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
You've never seen that movie?
Not that I recall.
Because that's kind of like the train mail. They don't stop. They just slow down and throw your shit.
But, you know, talking about Pete, you know, I would like to see what happened with
No.
Pete and Pete.
Ain't that a Tom Hanks movie? Or is it?
Well, listen,
No.
say it again, because you said it was a Chevy Chase movie.
It is a Chevy Chase movie. So let me
It's
go
not
look.
a Tom Hanks movie. They've never done a movie together. You believe that?
Right.
But, hey, man, so Pete and Pete, you remember that show?
Yeah.
What happened to those guys? Like, I would like to know where they're at now, because I don't think I've seen any of them pop up in any movies or anything.
Yeah, I have no clue, man.
Well, what was the younger one? His name was Danny.
Masterson.
Funny Farm, dude.
Funny Farm. You know, dude, I saw Funny Farm when I was like 5 years old, dude. I haven't seen it since then. But yeah, I remember that movie being like, what the fuck, man? I'm too young to understand what the fuck any of this means.
Right.
And so I've always wanted to go back and watch it, you know.
It is a cool flick when you go back and watch it. There's some cool shit.
Yeah. But Steve Martin was in that, wasn't he? Or was it Chevy Chase?
Yeah, Chevy Chase.
See, man, like, anytime I'm like, man, I want to go back and watch some movies I've never seen, and I always think of that one. I always thought Steve Martin was in that fucking movie. I must be thinking about something else.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what the fuck did those two do together.
I don't think they ever did anything together either, did
Saturday
they?
Night Live.
That's it, though, right? I never saw them in a movie together.
As far as I know.
Can you believe that?
Wow.
But yeah, man, we're going to have to find out where Pete and Pete ended up, because I'm curious about that. Like, wouldn't that be weird if they grew up and became lovers or something?
Right.
Because that was a weird show. Like, do you remember, like, what really happened in that show?
No.
Like, I remember hearing Chris Brake talk about, like, his favorite episode or something like that some time ago. But, yeah, I don't remember what he was talking about. Well, whatever he was talking about was fucking crazy and out there. But you remember the younger brother had the tattoo of, like, the half-naked Hawaiian woman or something like that. And he was, like, 11 years old or maybe 9 or something. And he would, like, flex his arm muscles and make her dance and stuff. He would do that, like, every episode. And I think it was even in the opening credits, like, him doing that.
Huh.
But it was weird. I remember, like, they had, like, a crazy bus driver. Like, the bus driver seemed like she was on, like, meth or something like that. That's what I see.
Yeah.
I probably haven't seen that show in, like, 20 years, you know, or close to it now. 15 at least.
Yeah, I can't remember really nothing.
That shit was on a long time ago.
Fuck yeah, it was.
But anyway, so Dustin, so you did your Saturday night on Live PD, and were you there last night too?
I was here, yeah, but I just got here.
So did you get?
So the older Pete, Big Pete, he is now an electrician on TV shows like Sex and the City, Before, The Devil Knows You're Dead, and Michael Gordon's Behind Be Kind Rewind.
Behind cock.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
You suck at reading that shit, Dustin. I don't even know what you just said. Yeah. But that reminds me of one time I looked up an actor I really liked in a handful of movies, and I wanted to see what he'd been doing. You know, I thought maybe he got sick and died or something because I hadn't seen him in a movie in so long. And when I looked him up, I was like, oh, man. He's been doing all these weird movies. Look at this one. These sound like really crazy comedies. And this one's like hard cock in your face. It's like, well, that's got to be an independent movie. And I looked it up. And I was like, oh, man, this is porno. And then I was like, oh, man, this guy's been doing gay porn for the last, like, 20 years.
Hey, he had to pay his bills.
Yeah, but I mean, fuck, I would have put him in a movie.
Right.
Shit, we just got raided in the studio. Fucking Live PD's here. Fuck, man.
Little Pete, Danny Timberly, he is now in 2 bands called Joints and Every Good Boy.
Joints and Every Good Boy.
He was on.
Wait. So
the last time he was on TV was in 2006 in a Wendy's commercial.
Oh, that sucks. I think I saw that Wendy's commercial. I think I remember being like, "That looks like Pete." But wait, so he's in a band called Joints and the Good Boys?
Yeah, but it's a Jounce. Jounce, I guess. Would you say that?
So it's not Joints, is what you're saying.
Dustin can't read.
Man, what happened to you? Just get shot in the face again?
Right.
No, man, I went and got the contraband.
Oh, you did that. Did you shoot the stars? Is that why you're off work right now? Because shouldn't you be working?
Not all of it.
What is that? Is that Jones and the
Yeah, I think so.
and the Good Boys? What is it called? Joins? What? How do you spell it?
Jounce.
Yeah.
Jounce.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And the Good Boys is a different band. Yeah, this is them, man.
Oh, so it's
The
two
Good Boy.
different bands. I got it.
Which one is he, though?
He's the redheaded one.
I can't tell. The video's
Yeah.
fucking black and white.
Let me see that video here.
He's fat. He's probably fat.
I think that's him singing right there. That looks like him. I'm pretty sure it's him. Yeah, that's totally him singing. So they're like a college rock type of band.
Looks that way, don't it?
Yeah, that kind of music really hasn't done anything since the 90s. Like,
Yeah.
like 1995, bro. 96, I give you. Oh. Yeah, we had to deal with live PD here. So if you just saw us, man, that was our first commercial. Yeah, you got the police were speaking to producer Amy. You know, fucking drug dog came in here. Everything was going crazy. But yeah, we're back to normal now.
Wait, what's the other band?
The Good Boys.
That's what I thought.
So
Let's see.
Jounce.
Yeah, he's like joints, man.
Jounce.
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 Yeah, thank you for verifying. So it's Jounce is the name of the band. Hey, man, you got a jaunt?
I mean,
Be a lot cooler if you did.
It's every good boy.
Every good boy, not the good boys.
see, I was getting here play.
Turn those good boys off, man. Let's listen to the bad boys.
Every good boy.
Every good boy. I wonder. Every good boy sounds like it'd be college rock too.
I'm thinking.
Jaunts. Man, see, that's why would you be Jaunts, man?
Right.
I mean, what is that? That sounds bad for you.
Every good boy.
Now Mike's over here getting weird porn on his device as he's Googling every good boy.
I'm like, what the fuck, man? I don't know if this is the right band or not.
See, now we're back to priest porn on the screen again. This shit's weird.
Let's see if this is.
I don't know, man. Whatever you're playing over there sounds like Coal Chamber or something. Okay, so
Jounce means to jolt and or bounce.
Jolt and Wild.
Dude.
Man, that's a reggae band. The Good Old Boys. What the fuck, man?
It's every good boy.
You're right, but they're all fucking not them.
Do you know how hard it is to find every good boy? Like, you got to go to street corners. You can't give them candy because they think you're a fucking weirdo. End up like that one time. I went to the fucking go-kart track and that kid asked me to go give him a ride. That shit turned out real weird, man. I wasn't okay with that.
Yeah.
See, I can't go hang out with little kids anymore, man, or else, you know, I'm afraid I'll end up like Michael Jackson. People start saying, not like I'm a fuck little boys, but like people are going to say, yeah, he fucks little boys. How you know that? Because I saw him riding around in a race car with one. Like, man, Jeff Gordon was doing that the other day. Yeah, he fucks little boys too, didn't you know?
Right.
So
I don't think we're finding this.
So every good boy apparently has not had any releases. They're not as big as Jaunts.
Right. Yeah. Every good boy band.
Jounce.
I've tried it every different way.
Jounce.
Every good boy band.
Jounce.
I mean, you think I'm looking for every good boy band? It'd be bringing up like NSYNC and all this shit. you
Right.
know?
Yeah, that's not even coming up, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's sad that you have to type in the word band to not get porn when you type that in.
Right.
Like, it is terrible, the things that you type into Google, you know? Like, have you ever played that game where it's like, let's go to Google and type in, you know, some word and see what it, you know, tries to autocomplete to, you know? It tries to predict what you're going to say based on what everybody else says. So, like, if you go to Google and you type, how do I get a passport? And then under that is, how do I get home? So,
Yeah, and under that is, how do I know if I'm pregnant?
Yep. So there you go. So how do you get home? So you search "how do I get home," and it gives you Google Maps. Then it says, "How did I get home last night? My bizarre panicked life as a blackout." And that's on Salon.com. So yeah, bitches be crazy, man. So okay, so we're not finding every good boy.
Yeah, that band.
Did we find at least one?
No. So that fucking band might be just something he's fucking doing in his basement right now, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Johns, that was okay. So let's try Every Good Boy, Pete and Pete. Right? That's gotta give you something.
No, it's Danny.
I got The Adventures of Pete and Pete. You know what usually happens in situations like this? Like, we're like, why can't I find this? You know, Dustin apparently found something about it. Right. And then, like, we find out later on that, oh, you read it wrong, motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah, it's every bad day, not every good boy.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Man, I don't know. But, yeah, so...
I even went back and looked at it. You want me to screenshot and send it to you?
Screenshot it and send it out on Instagram. I'll see it there. So everybody else. And, hey, man, Mike, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Every good boy.
Every good boy. What? Every good boy, and his name is Danny what?
I have no idea.
Danny had no idea. Danny Camberley.
Yeah. Tamberelli.
Tamberley. You know what? I give up on this fucking guy's band. Tamberelli. That doesn't... That's...
Yeah, there you go.
Motherfucker.
Tamberelli.
Right, see?
Every Good Boy. Here you go. Every Good Boy, the Human Haiku. CD available now at CD Baby. So let's see if we can get a sample of this here. So, okay. Let me read you. The first song is called String Bean. We got to listen to that, right? It's called String Bean.
Right.
That you are worth the fame.
Fuck.
No, I'd like to say, but you ain't.
Maybe he doesn't sing in this one. So let's see.
Too much pain.
Well, that's Every Good Boy. Similar artists is Annie DeFranco, Ingrid Michaelson, and Regina Spektor. or maybe it's Regina Spicator. I don't know. Annie DeFunco. But so we've been gone for a while, man. Season 2 ended with our little incident with Mother. I finally put Mother away. I took her home and put her in the closet. You know, she hung out here in the studio for a while. And since been away, there's been some changes here on Strange Label. So,
Tossing salad.
Tossing salad with Song Salad.
Right.
Yeah, you get in on the Song Salad with Shannon and Scott. They're up to episode 72, out now. You can hear them on Strange Label.
No way we were gone that long. They got 72 episodes. Were we gone in the future for like 100 years?
Well, see, the thing is, Song Salad didn't really exist when we left. But when we came back, we altered time. And so Song Salad's here now. And the Chris Break Show, it's like that shit never even existed, you know?
Right, it's gone.
It's gone. But, in reality, they got to 200 episodes. And, I haven't heard 200 yet. So that's the thing there. Because the last episode was 199. What'd you say there, Dustarino?
Now, how are we going to listen to it?
How are we going to listen to the Chris Break Show?
If it's gone. Yeah, if it's gone.
Well, so Dustin, we've run into this in our travels through time. How do we get back something that we lose by correcting something else? Because, you know, the butterfly effect is a real thing. And if you go take a shit somewhere, like, that you don't belong, you flush it, next thing you know, fucking global warming and everybody hates Al Gore. Like, I didn't mean to take that shit. I probably shouldn't have taken that shit, man.
So you took a shit and then you gave global warming? So what the fuck did you eat?
Yeah, you don't remember him doing that?
You see, I came from 2017 eating 2017 food, shitting in a 1942 toilet.
All right.
So, fuck, man, Taco Bell wasn't around back then. So it doesn't work the same, man. It was really bad. But, you know, it just takes one little inconsistency to throw things off so much. You know what I mean? It's like now we come back and we find that, oh, fuck, man, look, now Donald Trump's president and everybody's rushing to try to get to fucking space so we can see what other planets are out there so we can see where we're going to move to next. And then all the Bible thumpers are like, hey, man, what the fuck? We're supposed to stay here until the planet explodes because I took a fucking shit. Next thing I know, the Bible says some shit about, you know, end of the world. Everybody's got to stay here. And what the fuck, man? And so all these people were like, hey, Bible says that Jesus is going to come back and all this stuff. And, you know, this world's going to end. It's like, no, man. Yeah, this world's going to end, but we're leaving. Like, we're going somewhere else. So, yeah, man, everything's different now.
So those true believers don't leave. They stay and die.
Maybe, I don't know, man. Well, it's weird, man. Like it could all change. Like if it was possible for me to go back and stop myself from taking a shit. But the weird thing with time travel, when you travel through time and you change shit, you can't stop yourself from traveling through time and changing shit.
Right.
Like it's weird the clauses you get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you catch yourself back in time, you screwed everything up.
You screwed everything up. And so we come back now and we find out, okay, Chris Break Show didn't really go on to episode 15,000 like they were supposed to.
Right.
And now there's 200 episodes of the Chris Break Show. And so song Salad.
Yeah, tossing salad with Sally.
Shannon and Scott. So it's a random topic and a random music genre. It's Song Salad. Writing partner Shannon and Scott tempt the salad spinner of fate as they write a short song about a random topic and a random style of music. It's interesting stuff.
So here it is, tossing salad. He sticks out his tongue, and you sit your ass on it, and he spins you. That's his spinner.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What the fuck is that, man?
With Shannon and Scott.
Got a flute?
Welcome to Song Salad with Shannon and Scott.
I'm Shannon.
And I'm Scott.
And we're gonna toss your salad. But okay, man, that's those guys. So you can.
What do they talk about though?
They talk about music and salad and.
What kind of music they talk about, you know?
Well, they talk about random music genres and random topics on top of that, and then they apparently write a song every episode about the random topic and the random genre that they were doing.
Yeah.
On their flute.
Maybe
right.
That would be awesome, right?
Be like, here, I can't afford to get copyright, so I'm going to play every song on my flute. All right, that'd be fucking hilarious. I would listen to that part every week.
That would be, yeah.
So, man, all right, we're going to start this new game.
Wait, but man, the thing about this is that's what we do.
Yeah.
Like, that's our shit, man. We sing stupid songs about stupid shit in random genres.
So, I'm going to go get a fucking flute, and we're going to play this game every week, and I'm going to play this little piece of a song, and, like, all our listeners are playing this game. They can call in or however. Guess the song, and you win a fucking Howie shirt.
Yeah, so the way that you can play when Mike buys his flute and learns how to play at least one song on it.
Right.
Is you can go to strangelabel.com and you can chat with us in the chat room. You can go to Howie's Coffee on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram and say whatever you want to say. or you can call us at 413-38-HOWIE. Look at your buttons and figure out what those numbers are.
Right.
Yeah, guys, the phone lines are not open.
And yeah, that's it. So it's gonna be like,
Hey man, let me ask you a question. You said look at those
titties.
No, you're like, yeah, look at that, and figure it out to call in.
Yeah.
We understand that. We're old enough. If you say that to a younger kid now, do they understand that?
Are you being racist against the millennials?
Do they understand? Fuck. What do they mean? Spell the word Howie.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, let me tell you a story, man. When I was younger, you had to do stuff like that. You had to figure out what it was. Like, so when I was a kid, there was a lot of stuff like that. And I remember I wanted to call MTV and request a song. And I remember I go to Mike. I'm like 7, 8 years old, maybe. And I'm like, hey, man, I want to request a song on MTV. But every time I call 1-800-DIAL-MTV, I don't get anything. And he's like, man, the number is 1-800-DIAL-MTV. I'm like, okay, man, look, 1-800-MTV. I don't get anything. So I didn't understand. I had to spell out the word dial.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like, it's MTV, so it's like, okay, they got 1-800-MTV.
Yeah.
But... yeah, so I remember that, and then I finally called in, and I was like, this sucks, man. There's like 1 billion people requesting fucking videos, and they're all the same fucking video, and they never played the one I requested.
Oh, fuck no, man. I hated MTV in later days, because they would pick one shitty fucking band, and they'd play that video every hour.
Yeah, there was a lot of that stuff, but yeah, man, so if you look at your phone, and, let's say like you have like an iPhone or an Android, as like basically almost everybody does. Google phones and your Windows phone work the same way.
Right.
You look at your little keypad or your dial pad or whatever it's called, and you see how it's got letters underneath the numbers. Some people are like, "What? Whoa!"
Right.
You can spell shit. Look at what your own phone number spells, man. It might spell something dirty.
All right.
Like, ooh, man, my phone is Dick Suck 69.
Man, I got this fucking crazy story that happened today.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know if you know a lot about the border.
Which border?
But the California and Mexico.
Okay.
All right, they got to drive over, but then they got where you can walk back and forth. So, they can walk back and forth every day, be like, I'm going over to California or whatever and hanging out,
So the Mexicans walk over across the border and just hang out?
If they got all their paperwork,
okay.
it's approved.
Then that's cool. So it's not like a limit, like, man, you've already been over here so many times.
Well, there's just a 16-year-old kid walking over, and he's got 2 water bottles, like the plastic ones you buy at the store, and you can't see in them.
You're walking across the fucking border, man. You need water.
Well, the Border Patrol guy stopped him on the U.S. side.
Yeah,
and when they checked him, no, they were full of liquid meth, both water bottles. So he made the kid drink them, and the kid died.
Did he know what it was?
Yeah.
And the kid was just like, I'll get out of it, man. It's water. It's agua.
Right, and then he really made him drink it. Let's see.
What, you going to show me a video of this kid drinking shit till he dies?
Yeah, pretty much.
Would you do that, Dustin? Like, if you're smuggling over 2 water bottles full of meth, would you drink it in hopes to get out of it?
No.
Oh, I wouldn't even drink 1 water bottle. That's crazy. Yeah, that fucker. That's like torturous behavior.
I think this is it, but it's just showing like the border of Mexico right now,
So Mike's gonna find this stuff, and we're gonna be right back. We're gonna play a song for you.
Pistol, smoke cat, hair, and toenails. All
right.
I always got to think about that one for a minute.
So you're listening to Howie at the Coffee Shop, and we'll be right back.
Come on, it's my turn. See, I don't cough. You don't inhale, that's why you don't cough. Yeah, guys, the phone lines are not open. It looks like we've had a problem for a while.
Damn it, Dwayne. So you're telling me that the shit's been broken for weeks?
We tested the phones and we even confirmed they worked on the show after we migrated everything. I don't know, it's not working. Yes, we'll fix it by next week.
Dr. Gale, the drugs are more important than you. Now your parents be much louder. Mom, Dad, the drugs are more important than you. Starting to get there, tell your boyfriend. Marty, the drugs are more important than you. All right, Lisa, now I want you to tell me again. I want you to say it louder. Dr. Gale, the drugs are more important than you. All right, now tell your parents louder. Mom, Dad, the drugs are more important than you. All right, get it out again. Louder. Mommy, Daddy, the drugs are more important than you. Louder, Lisa. Marty, the drugs are more important than you. They're more important than everything.
All right.
That was Fistula with Smoke Cat Hair and Toenails. So, Mike, what does Fistula mean? What's the meaning of that word?
Fuck, you asked me when I don't have it up right now, right?
Yeah, I know. It's a really cool meaning or something, but
hey, man, if people want to go check them out, go to www.fistula666.com.
Fistula is an abnormal connection between organs.
I still got the 666 in there, you know. I'm like, fuck, people still use that, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, that probably makes your shit readily available, you know, when you're trying to get the thing now. So, yeah, man, so Song Salad, you can catch that every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Listen to that shit while you're at work or driving home if you're a teacher or something.
Right.
Man,
you just follow me in with Puff of my flute this episode, people.
Follow me. But anyway, yeah, welcome back to Howie at the Coffee Shop. I'm Kenny.
I'm Mike.
I'm Dustin.
All right, so we're coming to you live from strangelabel.com. Check out the other great shows on Strange Label. You can get us at Howie's Coffee on all the social media, 413-38 Howie to call the show anytime, leave a message. One email we got here, a listener asked if we were going to be celebrating Sgt. Pepper's 50th anniversary with a special episode because he knows that we are Beatles fans. I say happy anniversary, Sgt. Pepper, but I don't think we're going to do that because we covered Sgt. Pepper pretty extensively on the Paul McCartney episode. You know, we covered it looking at it from the point of view of, you know, why do people think Paul is dead? And, you know, that's a great album. It's one of the best albums ever made.
Oh, man, I still remember that show. The fucking show, man. It was hilarious. I couldn't stop fucking laughing. We had that expert on here. I'm like, oh my God, this lady's cracking me up.
Yeah. I guess like, you know, all the experts on the subject, you know, they've said what they've got to say, you know, and it's like, how are you even an expert on something that didn't happen?
You know, or is it Paul number 3? You know?
Yeah. Pauls upon Pauls. You just get all the Pauls. But yeah, man, I don't think we're gonna do that. But I don't know, man. It's Dustin, what are you doing? Are you driving the police car?
Sounds like he's plugging an amp in or something.
Oh no, that was one car running out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Dustin was about to be like, for those about to rock.
Right. Oh, but man, we still got to give a big shout out to those fucking wheelbarrow dudes. Wheelbarrow dickheads, you know, they helped us get logged in last week.
Yeah, so last week, which really happened some crazy time, and that you don't even want to know. But,
You'll hear about it later.
Yeah, but we've been traveling. And so in your timeline, last week is next week.
Right.
And I guess we're going to be on the same page now that we've figured out how to make it back to 2017. What a 2017 this reality turned out to be. Anyway, man, what were we talking about?
The wheelbarrow guy helping
Yeah,
us log
so-
in. I hope he didn't take it wrong. I'm like, the wheelbarrow dickheads. You know?
Yeah, wheelbarrow full of dickheads. But yeah, wheelbarrow full of dicks.
But
Mike
those
Moore.
guys are always fucking great, man. They always help us out, man.
Yeah, man, fucking great to listen to and very nice guys. Mike helped us out when we got back here. You know, we had trouble, you know, adapting back to this reality. And Mike from Wheelbarrow Full of Dicks helped us right out, man. Mike got us on the right page.
We couldn't log in, and he's like, man, your shit does not make any sense to me. I'm going to redo everything.
Yeah. It was like, this looks like it was created in another reality. And I'm like,
Right.
well, man, you just wouldn't understand, Mike.
Right, you wasn't there.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, man. But in the future, man, you got Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th, part 75 to look forward to. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's right before the internet goes down forever.
Right.
Yeah, nobody downloaded that movie illegally.
Yeah.
That was the last movie to make $1 billion. It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah, it was the only movie that came out that weekend, but it's badass. They finally got it right again.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, so I was sitting around the other day, and I was like, man, I'm bored and I'm depressed, and there's only one thing that's going to make me feel better. So...
He pulled out his wheelbarrow full of dicks. No.
Nah, man, but...
Those guys sort of use that part for their show.
Yeah, but I did get a wheelbarrow, and I put myself in it, and I wheeled myself around like it was a wheelchair, and like I couldn't walk, and I had a big old sign that said, "Will work for hand job."
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I ended up here with you guys. So who's gonna stroke it?
Oh my god, man! I got a really fucked up story from today too.
Oh yeah, you got one more before we get out of here.
Yeah, but I got to piss for this one.
All right, so Dustin, you're giving me the hand job.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
No.
Hey, you said yeah.
No, sir.
No, man. See, I mean, I did all this work. I'm not doing it for nothing. We'll work for hand job. That's my contract.
I'm not doing it.
All right. Here's Mike with breaking news.
All right, man. So we've been gone for so fucking long. You know, people don't. We haven't talked about all the crazy shit with North Korea. You know.
Yeah, we haven't talked about anything. We haven't been here.
So, all right, man. They just did a fucking another missile test.
Oh, they did. This just here today.
Yeah. So this missile test here.
Oh shit! Here it comes.
They actually proved with this test. They said they could hit any place they want in the United States. They could pick.
They proved that they could?
Yeah.
So this missile's way better than the last one they did then.
Oh, fuck yeah. This missile's badass. Now it's time to fucking worry.
So what did we do? Because I know last time we did that in retaliation, we just fired off a couple of test shots, you know? Like, look, we can hit the fucking moon. Damn it, Donald Trump put a hole in the fucking moon, man.
Oh, man. I mean, it's going to end up crazy somehow, you know.
Yeah, if somebody fucks up the moon, I'm going to be mad because that's going to ruin everything.
We're going to have, like, the first bomb here in the next year and a half to probably actually hit the States, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. And, like, I hear all these sounds. It sounds like missiles firing off. Like, Dustin, what's going on, man? Are you guys in the action again? What are you doing?
Nope. I'm just sitting here, just drinking some coffee. I grabbed another donut.
He was just a chilling, man.
Oh, you see, you did eat the last donut.
Right.
Man, I bet.
No, there's plenty more here.
So, like, did they do any hazing there at Live PD with the camera crew? Do they like fucking, you know, like you go to sleep, they draw dicks on your face or something?
No, man.
That's very mature of them.
That's bullying. The police don't like that.
So I think we got to look the fuck out for North Korea, right?
Yeah, oh, definitely, man.
And you got to look the fuck out for more new Howie at the Coffee Shop coming to you every week. But yeah, season 3, on our way, heading towards motherfucking episode 100. Join us for the ride.
Let's see what happens, huh?
See,
it's gonna be. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a weird fucking season.
That's been Howie at the Coffee Shop for this week. I'm Kenny.
I'm Mike.
I'm Dustin.
All right. See you next week for episode number 81.
Howie at the coffee shop. Howie at the coffee shop. Wet 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 Howie at the
burglary in
coffee shop.
progress.
Wet
I'm on the road.